Here's my review of My Adventures with Superman Episode 7. First things first, because this is a multiversal episode, I want to give this show credit for feeling at least unique and still being very good, because we've gotten so many multiversal projects within only the past 3 years. It's kind of getting a little bit tiresome. So I will give this show massive respect for making this very good right off the bat. But the main plot of this episode is Superman and Lois are both planning a date, and we kind of see how both of them are preparing, how Clark is very nervous, how Lois is very nervous too, but not as much, when all of a sudden a character known as Mick Van Spitlick, however you pronounce it, who is a multiversal being, comes and tells Superman that Lois is in trouble. And first things first, I will say, the design of this character is really cool, especially how he changes throughout with the different coloring and the different designs. It's pretty cool, I think so, personally. And it's really cool just seeing, going to these different universes. And like I said, because we've had so many multiversal, content recently, if considering how unique this feels, I'm giving it massive props for that. And I will say, one of my personal favorite parts of this episode is just seeing Clark prepare for his date. I think that was just really fun to see. He's just planning everything out. He's still really nervous because even though he's so powerful, he's still super nervous about stuff. And I think that's what really makes him relatable in this show. But we just get to see a lot of cool different multiverses. We see the League of Loises, and there's a bunch of different versions of them. And it's just really interesting to see. It's just really cool to see. I think that, and they kind of say, are somehow talking about, almost the tropes, I would say, of Lois within the movies. And just all across, Superman through the history, which was a lot of fun to see. And also, another thing I think that this episode was really good at is it actually made Superman feel weak with him, getting weakened by kryptonite. I mean, obviously, he overcomes it. But I will say, throughout this show, and, he did feel just, always a little too powerful. I mean, it is who Superman is, but still. I think in this episode in particular, I thought they did a really good job with both balancing how powerful he is, but also showing his weakness. And it does end on a, I would say, very happy note with them going on their date, them getting a kiss, and at least it seems well until the very, very end, which is, well, the character, after they put him in jail, Mxyzptlk, broke out and then has to show Lois something. And this is something that he sees in almost the future or a different reality from the multiverse. And it is an evil Superman, which I do feel that is one of those things. It was really cool to see, but I will say that's the only part where I did feel wow, that's kind of generic, because I feel we've done a lot with evil Superman, whether it was in Superman Lois, now in this. But overall, it was still a very good episode. And of course, the animation was great. Characters were great. I will say, Jimmy did feel kind of like a third wheel in this. It didn't really feel like he was in it that much. I mean, he wasn't really supposed to. Didn't really fit the story. But it did feel almost tacked on. It's if he's not really in it, why even had him in there at all? But overall, I thought this was a great episode. And yeah, I really enjoyed it.